Well, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Deb Sofield, and you're listening to my weekly podcast series called Encouragement for Your Life. Most of you know I'm a national speaker, trainer, and coach. I like to say I help people find their voice and learn to use it. I'm also a conference speaker on the topics of public speaking, presentation skills, how to deal with the media, and crisis communication. I've got a number of other presentations on my website if you'd like to check those out. If your organization has an upcoming conference and you need a keynote speaker, I hope you'll reach out at debsofield.com. I would love to be a part. I've got a number of great books on the market. My best-selling book, Speak Without Fear. My book, Perfecting Your Platform. Both of those are on Amazon and Audible if you like to listen to books. And my series, Encouragement for Your Life, which is a compilation of these podcasts, they're available on Amazon, volumes 1 through 3. Just go into Amazon, type in my name, Deb Sofield, all my books will appear. I've got a great show for you today. It might be one of the hardest things you will ever have to do, and I'm calling it Just Apologize. I know, here we go again. But friends, stay with me. Let's talk about it because we need to get you on the right path. I'm Deb Sofield. This is Encouragement for Your Life. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. I don't know what it is about having to say you're sorry, but it is perhaps one of the hardest things many of us have to do or should do if we've crossed the line or intentionally or not caused harm to someone else. Now, no worries about me. I don't think I've done anything I need to do a shout out apology for, and certainly not here on my podcast. But lately, as I've been listening to some of my friends talk about their hurt feelings, it occurred to me that we would all do better if we just admit we messed up and said those very powerful words, "We're sorry," "I'm sorry," or "sorry." Just some version of that. No need to belabor the point, but with honesty and sincerity, some of you might need to say those words that some just need to hear for Pete's sake. And stop the wound from going deeper and wider, because what ends up happening is that small and tiny cut caused by you is focused on by them, the one who felt slighted. And then they twist and turn and make the wound larger by picking at it until it becomes a mess. And, as you well know, they don't take responsibility for causing greater harm. They just blame you. And the kicker is this: you could have stopped the trouble before it began. But you chose not to. Now look at the mess you have to live with and all your friends have to hear about. A while back, I wrote a quote to remind myself not to react, but move on after I felt I had been treated unfairly by someone. And my quote is this: "Hey Deb, be kinder than expected and more gracious than necessary." Why? Because sometimes you and I have to do the hard thing and make the right move to clear the air, set the record straight, just to keep our friendships, our family, or our colleagues in the clear by giving a bit of our pride to make others feel valued. And to state the obvious, the underpinning of this issue is pride. And while you may be right, you need to consider how this will play out in the end. I know it's hard to do, especially when you want to be right and not have to give in again to someone else. A lot of our troubles could be sidestepped if we would just own up to our mistakes or, at the very least, make amends for harm or trouble that we've caused. So, let me give you a couple ideas on how to take control of the mess that has been made so we can all live happily in the peaceable kingdom. I like the work by Dr. Guy Grenier. He is a psychologist and a marital therapist, and he speaks a lot about apologies. He admits that saying you're sorry isn't always easy, so here are some tips. Number 1, the best way to apologize is quick and intense. The longer you wait to apologize, the longer you prolong the conflict. Number 2, apologizing can make clear that you're concerned about others' welfare, which is really a basic fundamental point that needs to be made over and over in any relationship. Number 3, apologies can help de-escalate the conflict. Now, those are all good points. Let me take them in order. Number 1, when you're advised to make it quick and intense, what I think that means is once you realize an issue is about to bubble over, stop all your justifications for your actions, right or wrong, and just say you're sorry and mean it. There are some battles that just are not worth the fight. Or if you're determined to fight, you may win the battle of the day, but you're going to lose the war of the century, and that never ends well. The idea behind the concept of intensity, I believe, is dealing more with the emotional feeling of pain that you've caused and can feel yourself versus your chattering about how bad you feel about the issue. Coming from the heart versus coming from the head, well, makes all the difference. We can all tell when someone feels like they have to apologize to get it over with versus their desire to make it right. For most thinking, breathing, and feeling people, if your words are not sincere, they might be accepted at the moment, but they will not be remembered. And you can be assured this ugly issue will show up over and over and over again, even though you said you're sorry. So here's the point. Just remember this. Make your apology quick and intense. I really like his next point when he says, apologizing can make it clear that you're concerned about others' welfare, which is a basic but fundamental point that needs to be made over and over in any relationship. There's no greater act of love that will strengthen a relationship than when the other person knows, without a shadow of a doubt, that you care about them and are concerned for their basic needs, even when they're wrong on the issue. It's just a fact of life that we all want to be loved, cared for, or at least thought about. It is a lonely world out there for many people, even those in relationships. So your kind words requesting forgiveness are very much like the psalmist thought of providing cool water to a weary soul. Just a note, one of the best ways to win back a friend is to be there even when the path is rocky and hard. Being there will help smooth over some of the other issues that the two of you are struggling with. I think his third point is perhaps the most obvious, yet least adhered to, and that is when apologies can help de-escalate a conflict. Wow, if you're past the age of, 10, you know this to be true. A simple, hey, I'm sorry, can stop the fire from burning down the whole house. Hey, you may still smell smoke, but at least you saved the building. And really, why would you not do this? What is so worthwhile or important that you'd set aside a long-standing relationship to win at what? An argument? Really? Where did I miss the memo that said being right is worth standing your ground to your dying day? And even if you, by some stretch of the imagination, are wrong, is it worth the damage to one of the few lasting relationships you haven't already blown apart? The idea of standing on the rooftop to scream to the world that you are right and you won't apologize or back down. Hey, just a quick word to the wise. The idea of standing on a rooftop to scream to the world that you're right and you won't apologize and you won't back down doesn't make anyone love you any more than they already do, if you are lucky enough to have found somebody. But what it does is that it tells the world you're inadequate in your ability. As F. Scott Fitzgerald said, hold two opposing ideas in the mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function. I know some today will say that being right is the most important thing to them, and that, frankly, they're sick and tired of having to give in to others when they are wrong, and yet they refuse to admit it. All right, I hear you. Fair enough. You might be right. In fact, even if you are, here's the truth. I expect more out of you than that. We're not in junior high anymore, and you have an opportunity to be bigger and more powerful than others expect when you, as they say, let sleeping dogs lie, or give or accept an apology and move on and de-escalate the conflict. Hear me, life is too short to live unhappy and alone or lonely. The reality is, and I know I've said it 1,000 times throughout the years I've been on the radio, you can ask or seek forgiveness, and sometimes they won't give it to you. For some unknown reason, they love to hold on to their exquisite pain so they can continue hating you till the end of time. Well, if that's the case, it's their problem and not yours. Once you've done your part and honestly tried to make amends, hey, you're now free to walk away and find new friends, new life, new job, new hobby, new everything. No strings attached, with nothing holding you back, including the memories that you can now tuck away, choosing to see them as you want, hopefully only on the good days. Let me remind you, you can't fix anything if the other person likes to hold on to their brokenness as their excuse for not living life to the fullest with joy. Yeah, I know everybody is hurt in some way, even if they don't show it. They too carry the scars of divorce or death or loss or theft. They may not show it, and certainly not to you, but they know what they did, and they know the type of person they are deep down. But here's the good news. That's not your problem. So walk away. Forgive them, forgive yourself, say you're sorry, and mean it. But here's the key, friend. Sometimes you just have to apologize. Okay, I know, another tough love lesson. I get it. But friend, you and I know that we know people who love to hang on to their exquisite pain. It's almost like they carry a phone around just hoping it will ring. I don't know what's wrong with those people. We can't fix them, but here's what we can do. We can make sure we're okay. We can make sure we are okay because we are good people of good will. And that's what I want for you. I believe you can do it, and I'm going to stay right next to you as we continue the journey together as we work towards a better day. And friend, remember, I don't care what the world says about you. I want you to know I care about you. I care about you because I believe you can do big things. And what I don't want is something as simple as an apology to be a stumbling block on your road to success. So I'm going to walk alongside you as we follow your dream to greatness together. Have a great week, everybody. Join me next week, same time, same place, for Deb Sofield's encouragement for your amazing life. Take care.